Your 20s. It's one of the most exciting, confusing, and honestly pivotal decades of your entire life. So what if you had a roadmap for it? Well, today we're diving into this guide from author Ken Honda on how to make the absolute most of this time.
It's a time of just incredible potential, right? But let's be real. It can also be a decade of immense pressure. It feels like you're supposed to figure out your career, your relationships, your finances, basically everything all at once.
So to create his roadmap, Ken Honda did something pretty brilliant. He imagined having conversations with some of the most inspiring thinkers of our time, people like Steve Jobs, Bernie Brown, and Oprah, to distill their best wisdom for this crucial decade.
We've taken all 17 of Honda's key points and organized them into 3 core themes for this explainer. We're going to start with laying your inner foundation, then we'll move to building your external world, your career and finances, and we'll finish up with the connections and experiences that make life truly meaningful. All right, first up, let's dive into what Honda calls laying your inner foundation. Seriously, think of this as building your personal operating system. The internal work you do right now sets the stage for absolutely everything else that's to come.
So, Honda's first piece of advice is, and I love this, refreshingly counterintuitive. He says you should dare to fail. Big time. He argues that every single successful person has a whole history of failures. Your 20s are the perfect time to take those big swings, because even when you miss, you learn so much.
And this idea is just perfectly captured by researcher Brené Brown. She says that failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a critical part of it. It's just proof that you're in the arena, being courageous and vulnerable, and that is exactly where all the growth happens.
Just think about Thomas Edison. He famously said he didn't fail, he just found 10,000 ways that wouldn't work. So the crucial point here is that mistakes aren't failures, they're data. They're just stepping stones on the path to figuring things out.
Now, beyond just embracing failure, Honda really emphasizes the need to strengthen your ability to question everything. He's basically urging you to live an examined life. Ask yourself those big questions. What do I truly want, and why does it matter to me? This self-awareness becomes your compass.
And the last piece of this inner foundation is learning that luck isn't really random. Experts like Richard Weissman have actually shown that so-called lucky people create their own fortune just by being open to new experiences, trusting their gut, and keeping a positive mindset.
Okay, so with that inner foundation in place, let's move to our next section, building your external world. This is where we take all that internal work and translate it into a tangible career and a solid financial footing.
And a really powerful framework for this is the Japanese concept of ikigai. It's not just about finding a job, it's about discovering your reason for being. It's that sweet spot, that intersection of what you love, what you're good at, what the world actually needs, and what you can get paid for. Your 20s are the perfect time to start exploring all 4 of these areas.
You know who lived this? Steve Jobs. He believed that passion was the engine for perseverance, because when you love what you do, you'll have the grit, the determination to push through all the tough times that are inevitably going to come. So, just like he said, don't settle for anything less.
Okay, so how do you turn that passion into real expertise? Well, Honda boils down the advice from experts like Cal Newport and Oprah into these key steps. First, explore what makes you curious. Then, commit to really focused practice. Find a mentor who can guide you. And finally, carve out a unique space for yourself where you can really shine.
And of course, you've got to master your resources, especially money. Drawing from Robert Kiyosaki, the crucial point is this simple. Focus on acquiring assets that put money in your pocket and minimize liabilities that take it out. This simple distinction is the absolute foundation of building wealth.
But look, a successful life isn't just about work and money, is it? Our final section focuses on what makes it truly rich, connecting and experiencing fully. This is all about building a life that's just filled with meaning.
So Honda offers several really powerful pillars for building a connected life. He urges you to open your heart to deep love and to find that one true best friend you can count on for anything. He talks about healing your relationship with your parents to free yourself for the future. He says to lose yourself in a hobby that brings you pure joy. And finally, to expand your world by exploring new cultures.
That last point about culture is it's captured perfectly here. Anthony Bourdain totally understood that travel does so much more than just show you new places. It expands your mind, it teaches you empathy, and it gives you this profound appreciation for the incredible diversity of human experience.
So if we boil this all down, what's the core message here? It's that your 20s are not a race to perfection, not at all. They're a decade of discovery. It's about taking intentional steps, exploring who you are, and building a foundation, not a finished product.
And as Ken Honda himself says in his introduction, this is about living fully and intentionally. It's about leaning into both the good and the bad, knowing that every single experience is shaping the incredible person you're in the process of becoming.
So as you look at this roadmap, from daring to fail, to finding your ikigai, to connecting more deeply with the world, the only question left is, which of these journeys will you start today?